Oh, what do I owe this surprise to? God, holy, there's some heavy metal right there. Yeah. Okay guys, how's it going? We got some new brakes for the whip here, just sitting on top of a washing machine. You know, that's cool, all right? I don't know what this is. So if you guys haven't noticed, I talk about my brakes being squeaky a lot in the past few videos. So we're finally getting that fixed. However, not today, because I realized I'm missing a couple things. I need to get either the tool that's actually meant for it or a clamp to compress the pistons on the caliper when you remove them. We'll go over all that like when we're doing it. I mean, obviously for those of you who have worked with brakes before, you know what we're doing, but if not, if this is new to you, you can follow along, see how it goes. We need that. We need some brake parts cleaner, and then we also need some other wrenches. I don't even think I have the right size wrenches for, I think my little tiny kit, I think the highest it goes like 14 mil, if that. And I think I need like a 16 mil or something. So I get paid in 2 days. It's currently Wednesday. I get paid on Friday, and I have like $30 in my account right now, and I need to keep that in there in case any like my monthly payments go out for stuff, because I just got like a bunch of random stuff that I pay monthly for, which probably more than I should. Just like dumb things, you know, like Apple Music and all those little things add up. So I always got to make sure I at least like, I try to keep like $100 in my account from each paycheck, but that never works out. But anyway, yeah, we'll get paid, we'll go get the parts we need, and then we'll install these brakes. So now we're gonna fast forward to the weekend. Oh, let's go get some tools, boys. All right guys, just picked up a rubber mallet and a clamp to compress the pistons on the caliper, but Harbor Freight I guess doesn't have any just single wrenches, and I know I need a 14 mil and a 17 mil. So I gotta go to my old place where I used to work and gotta buy some there. I think I got everything. I already showed you guys the mallet and the thingy-majiggy. We got the brake cleaner, tape, because we're actually gonna paint my calipers as well. I'll put a trash bag to make sure nothing else gets painted, but since, I mean, if I'm gonna get rid of the rotors anyway, it doesn't really matter if I just paint them. So yeah, I'm gonna make them so they're not green anymore. But yeah, we'll figure that out. Oh god, I'm about to fall. Okay, and then we got this, because this stuff's actually really good for cleaning wrap. I don't know what about it is, but it's just, yeah, it's really good stuff for cleaning up little spots. As long as you maintain it and everything, it's really easy to keep clean just for little spots with that. Oh, and then 17 and the 14 millimeter wrenches we need. And then I got this just to kind of clean up, you know, the caliper or the bracket, anything that might, you know, have some debris on it that we can clean up. But yeah, I think we hopefully got everything now, so let's jack this thing up and get going. Now keep in mind, when you do this, you should use jack stands just to prop it up, just to fully support the car in case it were to like fall on you or something, because that would suck, or it just falling anyway would suck. So yeah, this caliper is actually not painted green. Like I said, I've talked about this before. The previous owner like decided to paint like 3 of the what I think is he ran out of paint. So it looked like he started with the driver's side over there, the front one. That one's super green. The back one is pretty green, but not as much. That one's like kind of green, not very much at all. And this one's just straight, didn't even paint it. So I don't understand what was going through that dude's head, but whatever. Everyone's got their own preferences. You know, if you want 2 green calipers, 1 kind of green and 1 black one, then go ahead and do it. This bolt right here, I believe that's a 14, and then there's one down here that is a 14. You remove those, and then this caliper here should kind of move freely, and then this whole caliper bracket, I don't know what's really called, that is held in by, I think, 2 other bolts that are back there as well. So yeah, we'll go ahead and remove those, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that this rotor isn't like caked on there, but in case it is, we got a mallet to break that thing up if we need to, but let's get this going. Oh, come on, come on. Oh, there we go. Oh, God. Oh, holy. Oh, there we go. After you take off those other back 2 bolts, 17 mil ones, that'll pop off your whole like caliper bracket, I think is what it's called. And then that comes out, and then your pads sit right in the side of it there. And yeah, so there's the old pads, which honestly these aren't super worn, but they're all kind of nasty, and I'm guessing it's that other side that must be the really bad one. But yeah, they're low enough, so we'll go ahead and get those swapped out. And then the backside one has this little like pin thing here, and that's what you hear start squeaking when your brakes wear down enough. So that's what that's for, and that's probably what I'm hearing. So yeah, I think it's time for new brakes. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take the brake parts cleaner and then that little wire brush. I'm just gonna scrub this thing, just kind of get it all cleaned up as best as I can. I'll put it back on. Oh, actually, let's try to get off this rotor first.
One eternity later.
Oh, yeah, there we go. All right. Yeah, this thing is looking a little nasty. So there's the old one. There's a new one, all nice and shiny. I'm gonna probably clean my hands before I put those on, so I don't get them all nasty. But yeah, then we just go ahead, throw the new one on. In the video that I watched, the guy took brake parts cleaner and you just kind of clean off the whole rotor. So I think I'm gonna do that and then slap it on, throw in the new brake pads. That should be it. Now we got the new rotor on. Actually, before that, we're gonna take that clamp that I bought over here. We're gonna compress those pistons on the caliper, because as the brake pads wear out, the pistons like push them, so they're, you know, it gets their full life through, and it pushes them more and more against the rotor. And then once they wear out, when you take out the old ones, obviously they're a lot, you know, see how thin that is compared to that. So they get pushed out all the way, so then you just gotta get like a clamp or whatever. They make an actual tool for it, but I couldn't find, I don't even know where you get one of those. Maybe just a parts store, but yeah, I just went ahead and got a clamp. So yeah, we'll just push those back in and then should be good to go. Okay guys, so I've been really bad about filming this whole like process, but it's just been, as always, when you do car things, it never goes as planned. I was having issues with the brake pad, the rear one going in, and it just wouldn't stay, it kept falling down. So I finally got it. Everything should be good on this one, hopefully, fingers crossed. And now I'm starting on this one. So like I was saying, the previous owner painted like 3 of the calipers green, and the front one's really bad. The other ones are like kinda green, but I'm painting it black right now. That's gonna look a lot better once that dries. I'm not worried about them being super, you know, I mean, I'm not worried about people going, oh, your calipers don't look like they're painted black very well. It's spray painted. No, I don't care. As long as they're not green, they're gonna look way better in my opinion. So I'm just gonna let that dry, and I'm gonna spray on another coat, and then once that's completely dry, then I can take the caliper off and start working on this one. All right, Parker's doing nothing like usual. Look at that. Got the calipers black now. Nick's just tightening up the rest. The bolts. Then once we get everything all buttoned up, then we gotta go for a test drive, make sure we got brakes, because if we don't, it kind of sucks. Okay, before we do anything now, just gotta look at something. All right, hands. See this? Hands. Yeah, no, good. Hands. Oh, yeah. Don't shit. Pop her open. All right, we're gonna give it a test. See how it goes. Okay. Hi.
Get in the back. You better scoot this chair up a whole lot. A new decal.
Hopefully they work. Ah, they're working. Alright, we're gonna go find a spot to break them in. Let's go this way.
Do they feel better?
Yeah. They don't sound better though, because I think the backs are the bad ones. Maybe. I mean, no, the front ones were definitely. That just doesn't make any sense because it got new back ones like a little over a year ago.
I think they work better than before.
When did they change that part?
Yeah, we're really testing these.
No, launcher.
Jesus! Gonna wake all the duckies up.
Shall we, duckies?
Look at the little bean.
Bean boy.
Why do you always do this? Like it's like a.
You make him the thumbnail?
No, yeah.
Alright, we made it, and now we're gonna film Kyle driving by.
Eventually.
Minty.